Times are tough, man. Every man is not built to be a father, and every woman is not built to be a mother. We got a fatal, tragic story. A father, 25, stabbed his ex-girlfriend and her 4-month-old baby to death and set their home on fire after argument over paying child support. Now I'm going to play the devil's advocate here. You guys have to understand something. And I said this in the previous live stream. Child support will eat you alive. It's not fun. When you go in raw on a woman unprotected and you shoot her up, dude, she owns you. She is in charge. She can go down to the state's attorney's office and put you on child support and keep the child away. Now, I don't know if the father has any history of mental illness or in his family, but this is tragic. Maybe he wanted to see the child and she kept him away. Who knows? Investigators discovered the bodies of 32-year-old Heather Cook and her 4-month-old son, Bentley, inside her home, each with multiple stab wounds. There had to be something else going on for this to happen, to be built up like this, because a man just doesn't kill his seed, her, and burn down the house. There was some toxic going on in that relationship. Now, the man, his name is Enoch Zarceno Turner, faces 2 counts of first-degree murder and arson. It's alleged he killed the mom and baby after being asked to pay child support. Child support is not fun, guys. I'm telling you, that's why I tell you, avoid it. And a lot of women are getting desperate and more desperate because no man is stepping up to the plate and marrying them. So the only source of income a woman can really get by force from a man is child support or, a sexual assault claim where she can sue him for money. Cook and Zarceno Turner, 25, were arguing recently over custody of Bentley. See, it was a custody issue. Family court is not a joke, guys. You better be mindful and you better be careful out there. Because family courts are against men, they're against fathers. They always have been. It's there to serve the woman. It's there to transfer wealth from male to female. And it doesn't care if you are homeless, if you lose your job, if you lose a limb, child support does not stop. Police said Zarceno Turner admitted to going to the home, entering through the back window. They said he told them he found the 2 already dead, but left without calling 911. Her teeth is extremely yellow. 32-year-old Heather and 4-month-old Bentley were found dead inside their home on Friday morning in Shelby County. A mother and her 4-month-old newborn son had been stabbed to death before their Memphis home was set ablaze. Wow. Now, Mr. Enoch Zarceno Turner, 25, has been charged with their murders and faces other charges, including arson and aggravated child abuse. When firefighters arrived on scene, they found the pair had been stabbed to death and their home set alight in the area where they were found lying. First responders discovered Cook unresponsive and her house filled with smoke. This is sad, man. This needs to be looked at both sides. Now, again, I'll play the devil's advocate. Now, you shouldn't take anybody's life, especially your child. But this man was most likely unfit to be a father. Mentally, financially, psychologically, he was unfit to pull a stunt like this. Let's continue. Zarceno Turner and Bentley's father and the pair had allegedly been arguing recently about custody issues, namely his reported failure to pay Cook any child support. Just 2 weeks before the untimely deaths, Cook had written on a single mother's Facebook page about the trouble she had been having. See, These women, they don't think long term when it comes to them getting pregnant. When it comes to them spreading their legs, they just think about the feeling and having a baby, but then they don't know the consequences. One, the child not having a father, a masculine figure that will teach it the way to go, direction, leadership, etc., etc. But that father won't have the necessary care and financial means to survive and thrive in this world. Now Heather Cook wrote in a single moms group, pathetic. God rest her soul. All right, ladies, I'm new here and just really need somewhere to vent. So when I got pregnant, it was by someone I had just begun seeing. Oh, see, that's how it happens. When I told him I was pregnant, he asked me to remedy the situation, his words, and quit talking to me when I wouldn't. See, and that's the whole thing, man. These women, they don't want to get rid of the child. They just want to keep it. And even though the father doesn't want to be in their lives. See, I'm all for if a father signs his rights over and says, hey, I don't want to be in that child's life. Or let's say the mother is pregnant and she might go in for an ultrasound or whatever, that the father, whoever he may be, can sign his parental rights away or whatever and avoid child support. Because he's clearly, as she said in the single mothers group post, that he doesn't want to be a father. Get rid of it. Remedy the situation. Abortion. Fast forward a few months and I find out he's had a girlfriend for 6 years and I was the other woman all along. Okay. Anyway, my son was born 4.5 months ago and the father has never even attempted to see him. Well, because you were pump and dump. These women don't understand that majority of them are side chicks. Why would you? That's a selfish thing to do, to want to bring a child, son or daughter, into this world with no father. And the father doesn't want to be there. Now, I can tell these type of women that are all on social media, Facebook, that cry and whine, that my father is not there. He's not in the picture. All men are deadbeats. No, you chose to be with a man. And 9 times out of 10, he said he didn't want to be a father. So you should have aborted that child and got rid of it. Don't put yourself in a bad situation as a female. That's that child and him. But that's the selfish nature of women. I can tell by this picture of her, she's not attractive at all. And she needed a baby, some child to make her feel better. You can already tell it's a lot of women like that that's going through it. To continue, well, I finally filed for child support this month, and since he's not on the birth certificate, it's mandatory a DNA test. He got served his papers yesterday for the testing and decided to contact me. He can't believe that I'm asking for any support for a baby that he helped create. Well, he didn't want that child. He thinks since he offered to pay for an abortion that he shouldn't have to pay me anything now. Then he proceeded to tell me how he's struggling financially and how his girlfriend left him and it's all my fault. Well, it's true. I mean, if you're the side chick and you find out, don't bring another child in this world to make your life harder. Obviously, I told him this all of his own doing, and neither of us would be in the situation if he wouldn't have lied repeatedly. He will take no responsibility for his actions and even went as far as sending me a meme that says, using someone's child to hurt them makes you a piece of shit. No part of me is doing this to hurt him, but I wouldn't be struggling financially when he's blowing his money on going out drinking and buying parts for his several cars. Well, clearly he's not a fit father, or he's not at that level mentally to make mature decisions, and he wants to live his life. Well, wanted to, now that he's incarcerated for life. I'm positive he is. I know I did the right thing. I'm just beyond frustrated with him. Well, you're frustrated. See, it's a lot of women like this. They want a baby to love them. They want a baby to make them feel whole and complete, but they don't think long term when it comes to having a male figure there. And you know the father's black. So a lot of these chunky, piggy, big BBW white women, these overweight chicks, they love to just get a man's seed, particularly a black man's sperm, and use him. Use that to make a quote unquote good looking baby. So they can feel like, oh, I birthed this beautiful son or daughter through mixed genes. It's a lot of women like that, man. Now, this caption says, just over 2 weeks ago, Heather Cook had posted on a single mom's Facebook group how she was struggling financially and had reached out to the baby's father for child support. Well, he didn't want to do that. I'm all for that, man. Not for him taking the lives of his son and the mother. But if he's clearly not fit and said get rid of it, he's going to give you the money, you will put yourself in this predicament for your own selfish needs. And I met women like this, guys. That's why you have to stay strapped when you out here. Cook revealed in her posting how Zarceno Turner was dating a different woman at the time she fell pregnant and refused to pay her child support, despite blowing his money on going out drinking and buying parts for his several cars. She also put, when I got pregnant, it was by someone I had just begun seeing. When I told him I was pregnant, he asked me to remedy the situation. He can't believe that I'm asking for any support for a baby that he helped create. Well, a baby that he didn't want either. He offered you to pay for the abortion, but you didn't want to do it and you thought selfishly, and now you're upset because he don't want to give you no money for child support. Now, 3 lives are gone. 1 is still alive, but his life is gone as we know it, and a mother and a baby boy is gone. Brutally murdered due to what it looks like anger and rage because the father did not want to be a father to begin with, and he was pumping and dumping her, smashing and dashing, just like a lot of women that you see on social media. And the mother who wanted some money, who was selfish, who wanted a child, who didn't think about the future.